I really have to talk about Zohran ManDami winning New York City. The city will never be the same again. From Frank Sinatra, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. You now have somebody in charge who's not only a commie Islamist, who no doubt favors terroristic activities taken against Israel, probably the United States, as well as his mother is incredibly proud that he's never become Americanized. Nice to have an immigrant here running our biggest, most successful city. But he also has the idea that there's nothing too big or too small to rely on daddy government for. This, my friends, is completely antithetical to what made the United States great, where the government just stayed out of your way. Welcome to endless bureaucracy. You have a fight with your wife, fill in Form 38B in triplicate and return it to City Hall, and we'll see what we can do about providing a psychologist while we tax the crap out of everybody and they vacate New York for Florida. Hey, group of people that definitely are benefiting are Florida realtors. Very bullish on their prospects, as everybody who's wealthy, who doesn't want to pay for the taxes, who doesn't want to get mugged, because, criminals, they've got rights too, and people were going to get mugged over and over, as the criminals are going to be released even more than they already are, because Alvin Bragg also won his re-election bid. Hey, you know what? He went after Trump with 34 made-up felony counts. Congratulations on the lawfare. Congratulations on turning what was once the greatest city on the planet into a London-esque Sadiq Khan-like shithole that you are going to. Because once again, we hearken back, there's nothing too big and nothing too small that the government can do for you. Because this is endless bureaucracy. This is endless government meddling. This is allowing the bureaucrats to solve everything going on in your life, and you know how that works if you've been to the DMV and you see all the dissatisfied people that are working there, and you see the customer service that you get. And the last thing that we want as Americans is big daddy government running our lives and telling us how we must behave. And the overhang of government in every facet of our existence is the last thing that liberty-minded and freedom-loving Americans desire. So what's going to happen? The United States is bifurcating into blue shitholes that they convince people that they're going to give them everything for free, that you don't have to work, where nothing is going to function properly, and bastions of freedom like Florida that are becoming more and more red as those people with seeking freedom, seeking to manage their own destiny leave, and the dregs of society are left behind to suck off the teat of government. And when that money runs out and these people with no skills, with no know-how, expecting big government to do everything for them, feel the real pain of not having those who provide jobs, who provide the taxes to help them, then are they going to sour on socialism? I don't know, because you just saw it in Chicago with Brandon Johnson. You know what a crap hole that city's become under him. You know that they're trying to tax people more and more for his failing policies. And yet you have New York City doing the exact same thing. We can't learn from past mistakes. That is the mark of stupidity, to not being able to extrapolate one event and one outcome that taken place in multiple locations, in multiple countries, where misery was created, and then trying to replicate that and saying this time it's going to be different. Yeah, when you walk up to a girl and you spill your hot coffee on her as a means to get her attention, and she's screaming and burning, and you don't really find a way to get that phone number because she thinks you're a stupid klutz, and you hurt her, and you go ahead and do that again and again. Well, welcome to communism, because that's what we're doing in America. So Zohran ManDami, this evil snake, has won the mayorship of New York City and is going to run it into the ground. And it's just so predictable that if it's on Polymarket, I'm putting all my money down on the downward descent of the big apple. So go ahead and take your last bite and then exit stage left and take that plane from LaGuardia to Florida. Zohran, you are a piece of work, and your election acceptance speech was so full of disgust and hatred, and you just took the mask off. That's all you are. You are just a snake with a little mask and a little bit of charm. But the moment that it comes off, we see who you are. So, New York City, are you going to vamoose? Are you going to leave? Are you going to stay under this corrupt socialist who hates America and wants to Islamize everything? New York City got hit by 9/11. The towers went down. And no doubt, Zohran doesn't have too much of a problem with that, considering the fact that he's shaking hands with a co-conspirator that tried to bring the original trade towers down and called him a pillar of the community. So enjoy what you voted for, New York City. I'll be over in my neck of the woods where freedom and liberty reign. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Peace.